Welcome to Co Sports, episode 2 of Between Two Swiss Balls. Today I'm your host Chris, and I'm with sports physiotherapist Brett. How are you today, Brett?
G'day, I'm good, thanks, Chris.
Good, Brett. Today our topic is your blog post on frozen shoulders. Can you tell us a little bit, what is a frozen shoulder?
Well, frozen shoulder or adhesive capsulitis is a debilitating condition of the shoulder where the patient will develop a stiff and painful shoulder that's normally limited in all ranges of motion. And it can be quite debilitating because we often see that it can last up to about 3 to 5 years and can be quite difficult to manage.
Yeah. My mum came home the other day and she said her shoulder was stiff and she got diagnosed with frozen shoulder. But she's starting to get better. Like, is it a true frozen shoulder?
Yeah, so I guess frozen shoulder can sometimes be a misused term or maybe a misdiagnosed condition where sometimes individuals that just have a stiff, painful shoulder or another pathology that causes stiffness like a tendon problem might be misdiagnosed as a frozen shoulder. But the true frozen shoulders generally demonstrate a loss of range of motion in all directions of movement and that persistent stiffness over a long period of time.
Okay. So is that persistent stiffness and pain over a prolonged period of time that kind of encapsulates a frozen shoulder?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What's the best treatment method for a frozen shoulder?
So there's no magic bullet. I think that one of the main things is that the best approach is a combined approach. So we call that multimodal treatment, where people get better results if they have a combination of physiotherapy with hands-on type techniques, manual therapy techniques, as well as exercise programs incorporating both stretching and strengthening. Occasionally some people do benefit from having a cortisone injection to the shoulder joint, but that's much more effective for people when they do that in combination with a physiotherapy program.
It looks like you should get on top of these things pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's right. There's certainly good research that shows that if you have early treatment in the case of a frozen shoulder, your outcomes are much better and you get that progress happening a lot faster. So if you're suspicious of frozen shoulder, or have those kind of signs, you should try to get in to see a physiotherapist relatively quickly or sooner rather than later.
So if you're expecting a frozen shoulder, I guess you could say come in and see a physiotherapist nice and quick smart and start building a multimodal treatment approach. Yeah,
that's right. I think physiotherapists are well equipped to kind of manage it. They've got that background in the research around frozen shoulder, and they can certainly help you with the clinical diagnosis as well as prescribing the exercise programs to get things on the improve as quickly as possible.
Perfect. Thanks, Brett. And I guess if for you guys at home, another way you could pop onto our website at www.cosport.com.au, look at our blog posts on adhesive capsulitis, and we'll go from there.